Why older whale dads are now winning the mating game. Scientists following humpback whales, once brought to the brink of extinction in the South Pacific, made a fascinating discovery. Older males were more likely to become fathers, and younger males were less likely to do so. The new study, published Friday in the journal Current Biology, sheds light on the illuminating, sometimes counterintuitive dynamics of mating and how species survive. It also reveals how uncontrolled hunting can leave decades of damage long after populations replenish, and warps our understanding of typical animal behavior. Researchers revealed nearly 2 decades of data from whales in New Caledonia east of Australia, comparing a 2000 to 2008 period when the population was smaller and a 2009 to 2018 stretch when it rebounded. As male numbers grew, age-related mating competition intensified. In later years, males 16 and older were more likely than expected to become fathers and disproportionately engaged in mating behaviors as singing and escorting females. Scientists believe widespread whaling in the South Pacific, which continued into the 1970s and left fewer than 200 humpbacks, ultimately drove the shift in the age of whale fathers, with generations decimated among animals that can live as long as a century. Female whales were most likely to encounter younger males. As whales aged and new ones migrated into the region, younger males were increasingly passed by older ones. The consequences of whaling are so much bigger and more long-term than we thought, said Franka Eichenberger, the study's lead author and a postdoctoral researcher at the Sea Mammal Research Unit at University of St Andrews in the United Kingdom. David Coleman, a professor at Western University in Ontario who specializes in wildlife genetics, described the whale research as a remarkable piece of work that illustrates the perils of human interference in natural selection. We can mess things up in a hurry, but it takes a long time to recover. Older male humpbacks became more likely to sing and secure paternity than their younger rivals after the population recovered. So how the study was done? Reproduction is at the heart of understanding how to save species, and scientists knew little about what humpback whales were more likely to reproduce. Determining how old whales were was difficult without tracking them as calves. Unlike other whales, humpbacks don't have teeth with layers that reveal age like tree rings. Then came epigenetic clocks, with a piece of skin collected by crossbows. Scientists have tools to estimate age by measuring chemical modifications to DNA that change over time. They collected samples from 485 males in the region with an estimated 2,000 males. They tracked them between 2000 and 2018 to investigate mating behavior. The methodology was among the most striking parts of the study. According to experts who were not involved, saving up to decades of work. You are able to assess the age structure of a population by looking at all the individuals, not just the ones you are able to track over time. Using genetic testing of males compared to mother-calf pairs as paternity tests, Researchers confirmed 56 fathers. Most were between the ages of 9 and 23, and the oldest was 43. They compared the distribution of ages in the 2000s and 2010s against an estimated distribution that assumed age didn't matter. No whales older than 23 were identified as fathers when the population was smaller, but 7 older fathers were documented once whale numbers rebound. Across all age groups, an analysis showed that older whales had an edge, and the advantage grew as the population grew. Researchers don't have definite answers for why older males seemed to have an advantage over the younger ones. Experience matters in essential part for many species. But are the older males more desirable? Do they have better game? Scientists have a few ideas. They could have more practice perfecting the gentle croon of their song as mating call or warning to males. They could have more stamina to follow females until they're ready to breed. Their size could give them an edge in competition ports to fight for the same mate. Perhaps bigger and is better for females picking mates.